Hey guys, it's me, Mario. And today we're going to continue Tusk, the Mighty Mammoth. How you guys doing today? Ugh, got something in my eyes. Hope you're doing well. Let's continue Tusk, the Mighty Mammoth with Chapter 6, Escape into Danger. With a surge of hope, Tom remembered the rebel camp near the forest's edge. Surely someone there would be able to help, but he had to act quickly. Tusk was close by, still bellowing with pain. He knew that at any moment the beast's evil thoughts might turn towards them. Ugh, ads. Can you walk? He asked Elena. She struggled feebly, trying to stand up. No, she groaned. My legs have gone numb. Don't worry, Tom said. I'll carry you. We're going to the rebel camp. It's too far, Helena gasped. You'll never manage it. A fearsome bellow blasted through the forest, and the hammering of huge feet shook the ground. Tusk is coming, Tom cried. How would they get away in time? Then the sound of hoofbeats came echoing through the trees. Tom looked up. Storm had found them. Good boy, Tom called as the stallion came to a halt at their side. Stay with Elena. I'll see to Tusk. Tom ran from cover, stepping out into the path of the mammoth. His sword raised high. The evil beast was bellowing with frustration and pain. Her trunk wishing her eyes blazing like furnaces. Blood oozed from her injured foot, leaving pools of thick gore where she trod. Tom ran in close, striking at her poisonous tusks with his sword. The blade cut deep scores in them. Tusk raised his trunk, preparing to bring it down on him in a fatal blow. You'll never catch me, Tom shouted as he dashed towards a patch of dense snake ferns. At the last moment, he leaped into the air. Tusk lumbered after him, but became entangled in the mess of fern. As she tried to pull herself clear, more and more snake ferns came snaking down towards her, coiling around her tusks, gripping her trunk, reaching for her head and body. It worked, Tom panted as he landed safely on the forest floor. The more Tusk pulled and strained, the more tightly the ferns wrapped themselves around her. He ran back to where Elena and Storm were waiting. Gently lifting Elena in her arms, he placed her on Storm's back. Hold on tight, Tom told her, pushing back a lock of hair from her pale face. Elena smiled weakly and nodded. Storm, follow me, he ordered. Turning away, Elena mustn't see that I'm worried about her, he thought. Tom ran through the trees, Storm close behind. The forest rang with the sound of Tusk's furious bellowing. Tom knew it was only a matter of time before she broke free and thundered after them. They came out of the forest and Tom saw that the rebel camp, with its high fence of sharpened wooden stakes, was ahead of them. He brought Storm to a halt and lifted Elena down from the saddle. Her face was gray and she was shivering. Elena, he murmured. Although her eyes were open, they were glazed and blank. The poison was working fast. Tom took Epos's talon from his shield. It had the power to heal all wounds. He touched it to his friend's swollen arm. Elena groaned, but nothing happened. This Gorgonien poison must be too strong, he thought. He left Elena resting against a tree, with Storm watching over her. Then he ran towards the camp. The gates were shut, and there was no sign of life. "Hello?" he called, hammering desperately on the gates. "I need help." He knew he was putting the rebels in danger by shouting out like that, and drawing attention to their camp. But he had no choice. He had to save Elena. No one answered. Was the camp deserted? Had the rebels fled? He stared up anxiously at the tall gates. There was no way he could climb over them. How was he ever going to get into the camp? "I'll send in my shadow," Tom thought. "He'll find out what's happening in there." Tom felt a curious sensation in his feet as his shadow peeled itself free, scaled the fence, and dropped out of sight. Soon he began to see through the shadow's eyes as it wove between the huts. There was everyone. There was everyone. Then the shadow peered out from behind a hut. Tom's breath hissed through his teeth. Now he could understand why no one had answered his calls for help. All the rebels had been lined up in an open space in the middle of the camp. Armed Gorgonian guards were watching over them, while more guards ransacked the huts, searching for weapons. Tom's heart quickened as he saw the tall, thin boy who was in the command of the guards. It was Seth. Tom had encountered him before in his previous quests. He was one of Melville's most trusted followers. We saw Seth in Score the Winged Stallion, by the way. At that moment, one of the guards shouted and pointed. He had seen the shadow. Seth spun around, his blue eyes blazing. "Capture it," Seth shouted. "Don't let it escape." "Come back," Tom whispered urgently. The shadow turned and ran. A few moments later, the wooden gates of the camp were flung open, and a troop of guards came running out, carrying swords. His plan had gone horribly wrong. Instead of helping Elena, he had led them into another perilous situation. He had to get his friend to safety. Tom made it to run back to Elena and Storm, but found he couldn't lift his feet. No matter how hard he tried, his soles remained glued to the ground. He realized with horror that this must be a side effect of the magic. So long as he was separated from his shadow, he was helpless and non-moving. And that was chapter 6, Escape into Danger? Yes, Escape into Danger. Okay then. So, that was something. Rebel camp was found by Gorgonien soldiers and Seth. The guy who was in Score, the Winged Stallion. And in another series that I haven't read yet. But yeah. That was chapter 6, Escape into Danger. Tusk the Mighty Mammoth. And I hope you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Beast Quest videos. And you can also check out the playlist. I have a playlist, but no one is really watching them for some odd reason. It has all the chapters in order, so there are like a lot of people here that watch them out of order, so it might be a bit confusing for some people if they're watching random videos on my channel and not the playlists. They're very useful, so hope you guys check them out. And guys, I can't speak today. And I hope you like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you guys are interested in more Beast Quest videos. Right. Bye-bye. See you next Thursday? I can never tell. I can never tell if it's Tuesday or Thursday, but I think today is Tuesday, so. Right. Bye-bye.